what I do is if any of the food can't be consumed by human beings, it now goes into my farm, and it is consumed by the animals, and my animals eat all organic food, man.
That's a win.
And so it's a win-win for everybody. So now I have a pig, a composting pig.
Yeah.
And his name is Porkington, Alexander Porkington.
Alright, okay.
I took him to the vet, and the vet said, "What is his name?" I said, "Alexander Porkington." He's like, "Come on, dude."
My man, AP, man.
Yeah,
My man,
Porkington. Because we were watching Alexander Hamilton, and it come out and everything, and so that's what we did. So.
Peace, y'all, and welcome back to the Black Yield Podcast, where we talk about land, food, and liberation. Excited to welcome our guest, Brother Ulysses Archie, from the co-founder of the Baltimore Gift Economy.
Yes.
And I'll let Ashley finish off our...
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, J Baby, and Dwagley. He's back, y'all. Congratulate Dwagley. He's back from getting married and the honeymoon and all that. Woo woo.
Oh, all right.
I think I missed you a little bit though. It was kind of weird.
Let's keep the show going. Let's keep the show going. I missed y'all too, man. It's good to be back. And Brother Ulysses, thank you for joining us.
Hey, man, no problem.
Did you want to do anything special? I know she liked to do the Dwagley, but if you want to do anything, it's introduction.
Just Ulysses Archie from the Baltimore Gift Economy.
There you go.
And we do, hashtag be gifty. So it's
there
good.
You go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Hashtag.
Hey, so look, y'all, our topic for today, we're talking about urban homesteading within a gift economy. Within a gift economy. I said that correctly.
Yeah.
However, Ulysses, before we get started on chatting and having some good conversation, we always feel that it is necessary, imperative that we start with the game.
With the game.
With the
Yes.
game.
Okay.
And we didn't tell you that part off
Oh,
camera
I know.
because we don't want anybody to be prepared.
So it's definitely a surprise, y'all.
Yeah.
It's not
This is our famous curveball here.
Oh, famous curveball.
We go easy on you.
You gonna go easy
on me because my brain ain't too strong either.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Go ahead. Specifically for today, I chose not to go easy.
Okay, go hard, man. Go.
So we got this game we played before.
Okay.
And it's called Food Estates.
Food estates.
Food Estates. And how we do it is we will provide a crop for you, and then you're going to provide the birthplace, or what's known as the birthplace of the crop. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's good. I
Okay.
think I could do that. Go ahead, man.
I got about 6 crops, big time crops that are like famous around the world.
Yeah.
And then for the first time ever, I have a bonus question.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
A bonus
Okay.
question. Bonus. All right, go ahead.
Ready? So first crop, soybeans.
Soybeans. I think they're from Africa, dude.
Africa?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm gonna give answers
All right, go ahead,
towards
man.
the back. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cassava.
Cassava is definitely from Africa. I know. I do cassava leaf and stuff like that, and a lot of my customers like that. So it's from Africa.
He gonna get all of them.
Rice.
Now, United States got into rice in South Carolina. They were doing this yellow rice thing, but the people that they brought in from Africa knew about how to grow this rice, and so there is a show. It's called High on the Hog, and it talks about that in that show. So rice was cultivated in Africa.
That's powerful, man. You're gonna be interested to hear some of these answers, though.
Yes, sir.
That the internet will provide. I should say.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I got my phone right here. I can just hit it.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
no.
All right. So 3 more.
All right, go ahead.
Potatoes.
A potato. I hear about the potato famine in what do you call that? What are those? They weren't Italian people. They were Polish, I think. Potato famine. So I would say it was in some European country, possibly. I don't know.
Okay.
So that's what I know.
Okay. Plantains.
Plantains plantains.
Plantains. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Plantains. What I know about plantains and where they come from, the origin right now and today is it's a lot of a Caribbean food. So that's where they took the slaves before they brought them to the United States. So plantain is like a one of those like things you eat almost with everything.
Right.
And so yeah, I would say it would come from Africa because they brought these people here and then they settled there, and some of the people got shipped over to the United States and some just stayed in the islands. So I would say Africa.
Okay. And then one more. I might be saying this wrong, but sorghum. Am I saying that?
Sorghum. I don't know too much about sorghum. I have
What
never.
is it?
Yeah, is it a green?
Yeah, it's a grain. It's almost like it's used. I don't know how to explain it. You can make like pastas, breads, injera out of it, things like that.
So is it like what form? Like a
They use it wherever, like they said, wherever like flowers. Used, yeah,
Oh,
they would
okay,
use that
okay.
as well. Yeah.
That sounds like something the Moors would have used. Like that's how they brought that to like Italy and stuff like that, and they really cultivated it there. And that's why the Italians have a kind of like a fusion of Afro-Italian food. It's really African food because of the Moors and their 900-year reign.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna give you Google answers now.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Some of them, I'm gonna be honest, I'm learning from you here.
Oh, okay.
So some of them you might not be feeling.
Okay, that's
Cool.
okay. That's all
All
right.
right.
I'm good.
Crazy answer.
Let's go. Soybeans.
Soybeans.
East Baltimore.
Really?
I'm joking. I'm joking. That's a joke. That's a joke.
Hold on.
Oh,
no,
man.
that's a joke. I just figured that'd be a lie. No, soybeans. They said the country they originated in was Southeast Asia.
Asia.
That's what they say.
That's
But
what they say.
Google is Google.
Yeah, well,
Google
that's all
tells you
good.
what they want you to know.
Yeah, well.
Not always the facts. Let
But
that
they
be known.
want you to know. That's good to know.
You
I
know?
need to write that down.
Cassava, they had Brazil
Brazil.
for cassava.
So I wonder how that worked out.
You
Is
know,
that the Spanish people coming back and forth?
I'm not sure. So I have to come clean about something. I'm horrible at geography.
Okay.
I'm horrible at geography.
Yeah.
However, I've learned a lot about the peoples who maneuvered through different spaces
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
impact they left on the spaces.
Right.
And this one is still one I couldn't even
That's
I had trouble
interesting.
thinking through.
That's interesting, though. Yeah, I would think because cassava is a real major thing in Africa.
Super,
I mean,
super.
We just think that's where it
initially where I
originated
thought
from.
it was from. That's actually not where it was introduced, but it was introduced to me
Yeah.
from one of my African brothers, friends, if you will.
Oh, yeah, no
and
doubt.
Put me on, yeah. So, they had Brazil. Rice was China.
China, of course, China.
I didn't think that was like that far off. But what you said actually
But they
like made me think
cultivated.
about it.
Yeah, they cultivated right. So when they talk about the Barren Straits and how land was all connected and stuff,
Yeah.
I would surmise that some of those folks came over and helped that. Yeah, bought their food with
Absolutely.
them.
Absolutely.
I mean, rice
Absolutely.
you can carry with you. You know.
Right. Yep. Potatoes, we had Peru.
Peru. I couldn't get the potato thing.
Potatoes.
I thought
Potatoes,
it was like
Peru. I didn't never guess that myself.
But the
No,
potato
I didn't.
famine.
Plantains. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Plantains, Southeast Asia they had.
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, but I'm also feeling I can't. I can't.
How does all this stuff come through Africa? And we put out funk on.
I was
right?
about to say, man.
Yeah, we put some. You go,
Look.
bam, and then these people claim to come.
It's
from,
either coming through us or we're coming through these places.
Oh, it's kind of like Martha Washington. She got a cookbook, but they say in history Martha Washington didn't cook.
Ain't that something?
So
She got a cookbook.
and she got a
Let
cookbook,
that be
right?
known.
Yeah. So
Let that be known.
Martha Washington, she got a cookbook, and they say she did not cook, so it must have been her chef.
Right.
I believe
Right.
I believe his name was Hercules.
Right. Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
You said who?
Hercules.
Hercules.
Chef name was Hercules.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I'm just kind of quoting what I said, what
Yeah.
I saw from the show.
Um,
Maybe I got that one wrong. I don't know.
That's like this might be a stretch. Booker T. Washington first what is it called? What am I trying to say?
Address.
Clock. I'm trying to say clock,
Okay,
right? Am I
okay.
correct right there? Booker T. Washington, the first wooden clock? I might be wrong.
Wooden clock.
Am I wrong with that?
Booker T.
Somebody made
Washington,
black
I
man. A
think-
black man made
Google,
one of the first.
'cause I don't know.
Clocks. It
Google,
might
who
be.
made the first clock?
Yeah,
I'm
let's.
just kidding.
You got your phone with you?
I can get it. It's right here. You want me to get it?
No, we can Google. Well, somebody can Google it while we chat.
Okay.
All right.
Because you would definitely.
Yeah, because that one
exclude-
I want to be sure. But I was saying that to say is that the cookbook reference was like Booker. I might be wrong because it might be Benjamin.
Banneker or somebody.
Benjamin Banner. I'm sorry. That's
Who
who
made the
first
first clock in the United States?
It's definitely Benjamin Banner.
Benjamin Banneker.
Yeah.
There
I'm
you
sorry.
go.
I had that wrong, y'all.
Magazine. Today is
Yeah.
the 286th birthday of one of early
Ain't
American.
that something?
Okay.
Today?
Ain't that something how
Today.
it just came to mind? But I said it to say is that Martha Washington with the cookbook.
Yeah.
It's like Benjamin Banneker not knowing what time it is. Like that just.
Right.
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
like how does that work, right? You created the. You know what I mean?
Benjamin Banneker.
all right,
pioneering
so-
career.
Sorghum.
What's up?
Sorghum was our last one.
Okay, you said
Africa.
it's Africa.
Ain't that something?
And you know what? All the other ones I thought came out of that.
You know, well, I think I'm a strong. Well, we'll talk more about it today. But
yeah.
no, I was with you, and I was scrunching my face up at quite a few of these.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them sounded like it could be, but some was like, all right, you might be reaching, but we'll go with what you got going on.
Yeah, wow, that's interesting.
First time in the history of this podcast, we got a bonus question.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
what is the most expensive crop in the world today?
Expensive crop in the
And if you need a hint, I can give you only the cost per pound.
Oh, what's the cost for that?
You want to know the cost per pound?
Mm-hmm. I think I know the answer. Like as of like right now.
As of right now, yeah.
Okay.
Most expensive crop, but also this is Google. Let's be clear.
Yeah, Google.
Most expensive crop in the world right now is at $2,500 a pound.
Oh, I don't know the answer then, cause I ain't buying nothing in that nature.
That's what Google said.
What is that?
Saffron.
Saffron.
Saffron. $2,500 a pound.
Saffron.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's interesting.
Interesting, man.
Saffron is pretty expensive.
What
They give it
is
to you,
that?
They give it to you. It's like a little.
like a very small, like you
yeah,
pay
very,
for a very,
very
small,
small
portion.
amount, yeah.
Rarely do
What
you hear
is
folks
it,
buying
though?
a pound.
No way.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
That's crazy.
It's a crop. I'm not really entirely
They use
sure
it
how
in-
to
they use
use
it in
it.
Caribbean food a lot,
Really?
or Mexican food. Like it makes the food yellow.
Is it like them little pea things? It's real small.
No,
No,
those
no,
are
no.
those. That's what do they call?
You might be thinking about like snow peas or.
I don't know.
no.
They
Or
eat
you might
Caribbean food a lot.
Oh, you might be thinking about like couscous or
I don't know the name, but it's
quinoa
like,
or lentils or something like that.
I
not sure.
don't know anything.
But hey, that's our. That's our.
I can
that's
only
our
talk
food
about what I
estates
do
game.
know. That's me.
That's our food estates game.
yeah.
Golly, man.
And man, you taught us something,
Wow.
and I learned a lot. Especially, I will not be buying saffron for any purpose, anytime soon. Not at least while I have a family and a house to live in.
Good gracious.
No, man. So I appreciate you coming on, man, and really. We just gonna chat. We just gonna have some good dialogue.
Yeah.
And one of the first ways I wanted to get started was to learn a little bit more about the Baltimore gift economy.
Yeah. I'll start with telling you this story. I learned about the gift economy from this guy named Charles Eisenstein. I was taking a course called Permaculture Home Scale course. It's about using small spaces to grow as much, you get a high yield, like the Black Yield Institute, right? And so I met him in this small room, just about this size. We were just in this room and we were talking, and he was, giving this spiel about the gift economies in the ancient societies and how they were able to live for thousands of years in an economy of giving and receiving. And we just only been doing this kind of, transactional thing that we're doing for the last 200 and some odd years.
Right.
So he was just telling me that I grew up in church and stuff, and I was like feeling pretty down. I was really trying to find myself, because how I got to that place in the first place, I can go back and we'll talk a little bit about that. But after I met with him, and I said, I've been doing a few things in my life, and I think I'm doing good stuff for people, and I think I'm a good person, and good things are not happening for me, man. It just ain't happening. So he said to me, Ulysses. I said, yeah. He said, yeah, the universe doesn't give you apples for oranges. If you plant an orange tree, you're going to get oranges. If you plant an apple tree, you're going to get apples.
Yeah.
The universe just doesn't do that. You have to check out who's around you and find out who's getting in front of your gifts coming back to you. And because of the things that I was doing, I really didn't. At the time, I was when a young man. I didn't know the things that I was doing was like changing people's lives. I really didn't. I was like, if something need to be done, I just do it. You know, I grew up like that. My grandmother was like, something needs to be done, Ulysses. You just need to jump in there and do it, and make life easier for everybody. And so he told me that. He said, so you have to examine the people that you're around. And I was like,
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, that's what you have to do, because your intention is to do goodwill, but everyone's intention is not your intention.
Right.
And when your intention goes out, it's definitely coming back. And people can stand in front of that. They can stand in front of your gifts that are coming back to you. So I said, okay, okay, so I did that, and I certainly examined the people that I was around, and I looked at the structures that they were around and how that functioned, and sure enough, he was right. So I cut myself off from all of that.
Okay.
I just clean cut, boom, and so the next weekend we started engaging in gift economy type of stuff, because you're working on this little certificate, whatever, and so my wife made this jar of jelly, a little bitty jar of jelly, and so you bring your gifts, you set them on the table, and somebody that likes the gifts, don't give you anything in return, but they try to give you another gift. So my gifts went, and I didn't have any gifts because I couldn't fit people's clothes. I couldn't, it was just, when you talk about bartering, that's what it is. You got something that I want, I got something that you want. But after the gifts were laid out on the table, I was like, I don't need any of these things. And so what I did need that nobody knew was gas money. And this chick wrote me a check for that little bitty thing. She wrote me a check, and she said, I feel grateful for this jam. And she wrote me a $40 check for the jam. So I had gas to come back.
That's powerful.
So I was like, this might work. And
On to something, right?
Yeah. So I went back home, and I told my wife, I was like, man, this gift economy thing ain't no joke. This lady gave me $30, $40 for this little jar. She said, for that little jar? I said, yeah. I said, all right, I'm going to try it again. So at my church at the time, it was about Christmas time. And I used to do videos and stuff like that, back in the day. And they requested me to do this video, but they didn't have any money, right?
Right.
And so I kept hemming and hawing. I said, all right, I'll do the video. So I do the video, and everybody loves it. Oh, yeah, and all that. And I was like, okay, great. I ain't got no money. I need money. I'm out of work. I don't, And it was wintertime, and we were thinking about getting coats for my children. Now, mind you, I had gotten injured at my job. I haven't worked in 2.5 years, and not in anybody's job. We used our retirement and all that up. Everything was just about gone. Right. And so we were looking at getting coats for our kids, and we were like, how are we going to do this? I just did this video for the church, and they ain't got nothing. What's going to happen? This lady came to us after church, and she said, all I have to give is 2 coats that fit my children. Wow. And that's when my wife and I looked at each other and said, this is not a strategy.
Right.
This is a lifestyle. This is what you have to do to live. So basically, I got tons of stories now about how people, would say to me, people, share personal stuff with me. Like this guy, he had cancer, and he was having incontinent issues, and he was like, y'all have any diapers? I was like, I don't have any adult diapers. The very next week, I would tell you a case of adult diapers came in his size. I had to track the dude down and give them to him. So that's what I'm talking about. This gift economy thing is not. It's not a transactional thing. It's not something where I give you something, you give me something.
Right.
No, if it's a gift, I give you a gift. Just like at Christmas time, you give somebody a gift, you're not really obligated to give them a gift.
Not even,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I know. But then out of gratitude, you might give them a gift.
Right.
And so out of this gratitude, people give. And so that's how we've been living for a minute, off of the gratitude and the goodwill of people. And like when I drop off chicken, I'm a farmer, right? When I drop chicken off at people's house, they're like, I ain't got the money yet.
Right.
And I said, you'll give it to me when you got it, if you're going to give me money at all. And I just leave the chicken and go. And my cash app be ringing all the time and all this kind of stuff. People that a month ago I gave them a chicken and they've been thinking about it. I didn't even know they were going to cash app me, and they just cash app me. One morning I woke up out of my sleep and I looked at my cash app. So much money was on there. I was like, oh my God, I haven't even got out of bed yet. What's up? What's going on? You know? So it's a really interesting way of living, and the gift economy is really, Martin Luther King said, he said a network of mutuality.
Oh, wow.
A network of mutuality. Martin Luther King was talking about how we were tied together in this country, black folk and white folks, and that we could work together. The black folks needed the white folks to help us get through, and the white folks needed the black folks to help them get over their guilt and all that kind of stuff. And he was really talking about how do we work together? How do we make this work? And he said it was a network of mutuality and to make collective progress. And so that's what we define the gift economy as. It's a group of people that are in a network of mutuality that give and receive. And so I might give you something today, you might not have anything today, you might give something to that other person over there because what you have fits that model. But then it creates a wealth in the community that it's unbelievable, actually.
Right.
So, yep. So that's the gift economy, and that's what we've been doing, and we do it with everything. People think that we're a charity because we give stuff away. And I said, no, we're not a charity. No. We are a learning institution. So when I say a learning institution, I mean that anytime that people encounter us, the class is open.
There you go.
Classroom is open.
Yeah, that's powerful.
So how do you? What's my question? Like how does this work in urban communities? Like it's more of a gimme, let me take. Let me
that was
get what
actually
I can
that's
take.
a great question. That was
So
a good
how do
question.
you distinguish the difference, or just make it work for urban communities?
So
That's a good question.
we used to do this thing. When we first started out, we had this table at Hunting Ridge Presbyterian Church right there off of Edmondson Avenue, right behind the giant food store. And people would come there, and when they found out what we was doing, we had a line. And people would come there, and they was just like scooping up stuff. It's a gift? Oh, yeah. And they was going for it. And we was like, it's not supposed to work like this.
Right.
And but there was this one lady, she always came and she took more than her share. We would say, take enough to share, take enough so we can share with others. People didn't come with that mindset. And so how do you teach them? Classrooms open. All right, take it. And then what happens is that they start to learn that we're going to come back the next week and we'll have more stuff. We're going to be back here next week, we'll have more stuff. And we're going to be back here next week, we'll have more stuff. And it took this one lady 2 years to realize we'll be back next week and we'll have more stuff. And this lady walked up to me, and I was a little annoyed with this lady because she was just getting under my skin, right? I was like, man, she always take more than her share, and I know she can't use all that stuff, and she's not giving it away.
Right.
It's just going to go bad, right? And so she came to me after 2 years. She said, shooed me away. You never said don't come back. You never said, you're doing bad things. I knew I was doing bad things. I knew I was taking more than my share. And I said, okay. And she said, I wanted to see how far it would go. And also, I was going through something where I didn't think that you guys would be here. And I said, well, have we been here? She said, yeah, for a whole 2 years. And we were on that street corner for 5 years. We served on that street corner for 5 years in that parking lot. Parking lot of Hunting Ridge Presbyterian Church right there at on Edmondson Avenue, just before you get into Catonsville, going outside on Route 40 right there. So yeah, she just came out and said, y'all treated me with dignity and respect, no matter what I was doing. Or one day I remember saying to her, I said, nah, I can't say that I didn't push you away. She said, no, you told me to come back the next week. You said, that's enough for today. She remembered every one of my words. 5 minutes, wow. That's enough for today, and I'll see you next week. And so what we have to do is show people love and continue to show them love. Because when love shows up, what do people generally do? It's not a warm and fuzzy thing for a lot of people.
Right.
When love shows up, that's my new saying. When love shows up, what do people do? It's a stress response. People get very skeptical of what it is that you're doing, and they like.
First things like, what they want?
Right. What's going on? What's the catch? Right.
That's too nice. Let me figure out.
Yeah. They ain't nobody getting nothing away for free.
Right. Exactly.
But no, it's engaging them in a learning process, and it's going to take different people different times to learn different things. And so you just have to not take it personally, which I did with that lady. I never really told her that, but then she really came to me and confessed and all that. And it was just, to me, I thought that was great. But in my heart, I was like, when will this ever stop? I mean, how do people gauge themselves? Well, eventually they will. And eventually they'll want to be a part of it because they'll see the good that's coming out of it.
Yeah. Man, that's... So I think, one, I love your question. I think that was going to be my question as well. I'm not sure if you heard me thinking or whatever the case may be, but that was going to be my question as well. And it was really generally because we come from that environment, you know what I mean? That get what you can, and even if you don't need, right? It's like stock up, you know what I mean? So you won't have to need no more. So that I think what you're doing, I think what the gift economy is doing, is shifting a major narrative inside of so many communities. Because I've met with folks from families that you all have provided soups and chickens for. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know quite a few folks who have received things from you all, and how they talk about you and how they and their plans of contributions, not always to you but to other folks. Man, that generates a cycle that's going to break that builds community and breaks us out of a cycle that we've been kind of normalized to, if that makes sense.
We're designer people. We
Yeah.
are designer people because we've been put in position to have to be jockeying for everything.
Right, exactly.
I remember when I was a younger kid, that one of the kids in our neighborhood got killed for his shoes. He got some of those Nikes.
Yeah.
And I used to think to myself, why would anybody do that?
Yeah, man.
Well, they found the guy that did it with the Nikes on, and they weren't even his size.
That's crazy, right?
It was crazy, dude. And that was in my neighborhood.
Yeah,
I
man.
grew up out there in Anne Arundel County in a place called Pioneer City. So, yeah, man, I
know
tell
where
you.
it's at. Little big deal.
Peace.
Yeah.
Peace, y'all.
That's interesting, man. Crazy enough, I had growing up, man. I won't say the middle school because I don't want to put too much energy on them. But at my middle school, man, that was a kid. I maybe was in the 6th grade at the time, maybe just like. But they had like a middle school, elementary / middle school thing happening. So I was there for a while. But just getting into middle school, I think a kid got. This is when Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know if y'all remember that. It's when it first came out. And folks were showboating to that school, and right after school, a kid got stabbed for it.
Got stabbed.
I mean, like, and I can't make this up. I was there. You know what I mean? I can't make this up. A kid got stabbed for it. But I say that to say, is that like when you grow up in an environment like that, right? It's hard to fall into the let me think about somebody else first mindset, right?
Yeah.
And even in the world or even in our worlds where we can't even have what we have, it's like, you know what I mean? How do I don't know. So I see how folks get to that. Let me always make sure I got more than enough because you just never know.
Yeah.
But where you are
When
is
you
really
need.
like twisting the plate and having folks think like,
always
let me make
needed.
sure they got more than enough. Then I'll always have enough. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
absolutely.